You are not allowed to sleep for 30 days. Actually, it was a 30 days experiment in which the test subjects were not allowed to sleep. So let's talk about the story of that experiment. During the Soviet era, in 1947, in a military-sanctioned scientific experiment, 5 test subjects were selected, and those subjects were actually the prisoners that were deemed enemies of the state. The test subjects were kept inside a sealed gas chamber, and to keep those specimens awake for 30 consecutive days, the chamber was filled with a sleep-inhibiting stimulant. Before the experiment started, an agreement was made between the prisoners and the military, and according to that agreement, if the prisoners successfully keep themselves awake for 30 consecutive days, they will be released from the prison. Without knowing the consequences, all the 5 prisoners accepted the agreement at once. All the test subjects were happy, but didn't know that something worse is waiting for them. The experiment began, and the specimens behaved as usual during the initial 5 days. They were talking to each other and communicating with the researchers through one-way glass, but their discussions gradually became darker in the subject matter. After 9 days, one prisoner started screaming and uncontrollably continued screaming for hours, while the others didn't react to his outburst. The subject yelled for so long that he destroyed his vocal cords and became mute as a result. When the second prisoner started screaming, the other prisoners resisted the researchers from observing inside by pasting torn book pages and their own feces on the porthole windows. After that, there was a complete silence in the gas chamber, and the researchers were eager to see if the specimens are alive or not. So, for that purpose, they used the intercom and got a short response of a subject expressing compliance. After 14 days, the scientists turned off the stimulating gas and reopened the gas chamber. As soon as the stimulating gas was turned off, the prisoners started yelling and screaming because they didn't want the gas to turn off, for the fear they would fall asleep. Researchers along with 2 soldiers went inside the chamber, but what they saw was thrilling. They saw that within the last few days, when the scientists were unable to see inside the chamber, the subjects had performed severe and lethal mutilation and disembowelment on themselves. The subjects also performed self-cannibalism. The second subject was dead, and most of the parts of his body were eaten by himself and other subjects. This cannibalism caused 10 centimeters of blood and water to accumulate on the floor by jamming pieces of flesh and paper from the book they tore. The 2 soldiers tried to get the subjects out of the chamber, but the subjects violently refused to move out of the chamber and begged the researchers not to stop administering the stimulant. During the violent behavior, the subjects killed 1 soldier and severely injured second soldier that attempted to remove them. After eventually being removed from the chamber, the subjects were shown to exhibit extreme strength and resistance to drugs and sedatives. They were able to remain alive despite lethal damages and extreme desire to stay awake and be given the stimulant. It was noted that if any of the subjects fell asleep, they would die. One of the subjects died during the treatment. After their treatment, the surviving 3 subjects were prepared to return to the gas chamber with sleep-inhibiting stimulant by the orders of military officials. Before the chamber was sealed, one of the subjects fell asleep and died. The military commander ordered for 3 other researchers to be closed inside the chamber alongside the 2 remaining subjects. After hearing this order, one researcher immediately drew his gun and killed both the commander and the mute subject by shooting both of them in heads. The researcher said he will not allow himself to be locked in a room with monsters that could no longer be called people. After a brief pause, he shot the last prisoner in the heart, and with dying breath on the floor, the subject muttered his final words, "So nearly free."